The drop returns here in part 4, our final air break of the show. The end game is at hand. Ryan Poole is on the phone with us from Nashville, Tennessee. He is the man behind 90's, and we just heard a pair of tunes, his choosing as our guest artist selector tonight. That was Third Eye Blind with Semi-Charmed Life, and then The Sound of Settling was after that. Death Cab for Cutie was behind that little number, and The Sound of Settling, that's going to be Semi-Charmed Life. After I go home tonight, it's going to be just settling into my brain, back at home. All right, so Jimmy Eat World and Sweetness are up next. Tell us about it.
Gosh, so Jimmy Eat World is my all-time favorite band, and I've seen them in concert. They're the one band I'm like a fanboy for. I don't usually have the fan thing because I'm usually more just on the creator side. I don't always understand the fan impulse, but I do with Jimmy Eat World. I've seen them in concert like 20 times. I freak out when they like sign things for me. Like they're my Jimmy Buffett. I'm a deadhead for Jimmy Eat World. And so seen them a bunch of times. So they're super important to me. It's very hard to pick one song, but Sweetness is from their My Desert Island Jimmy Eat World album, which is Bleed American. It hit me at the right age. It hit me at like 15 and then again at like 16. It's the kind of perfect blend of it has a very like nostalgic, almost melancholic feel to it melodically, but the energy from the guitar and the drums is very fast paced and it's very exciting. And so when you blend like melancholy and exciting, I think you get this really cool emotional space. And plus, that's always the song that I do the mosh pit in. Like, we start a mosh pit. Like, every Jimmy Eat World show has a mosh pit for Sweetness. And I swear, I have been a 31-year-old man in a mosh pit. But only at Jimmy Eat World shows. Yeah. And I'm back to being 17 again. So that's why Sweetness.
You're like 31. You're bringing, like, a girl out on a second date to a Jimmy Eat World show, and then you go like crazy in the mosh pit. She's just like, what?
Hold my bag. I got to get in the pit.
Hold my beer, babe. Anyways, see you in like half an hour.
Yep. And I always crowd surf during the middle, 100% of the time.
Yeah. Get your wallet stolen. It's good times, man. Good time.
It is always a good time.
Now we've got Daywave with Deadbeat Girl, the aforementioned Daywave, to finish up the tunes that we're going to talk about here on the air. Tell us about Deadbeat Girl.
Man, Deadbeat Girl is, in a lot of ways, it's a very simple song. But for whatever reason, the emotional impact it's had on me, like, it's been one of my favorite songs of maybe the last 3 years. It's influenced a lot of the projects I've worked on for other artists, because most of my job is working with other artists. And I don't know what it is about it. It's the harmonies, it's the beat, but that song has just been, for whatever reason, one of my just favorites over the past few years. And when I sat down to make Night Tides, I just had it in my head for a long time. Like, I want to make a song in that Daywave vein, where you've got a lot of guitars that are doing sort of simple but overlapping lines, where it's kind of surfy. It feels a little retro. The voice is very washed out. And so that was kind of my starting point. And then, of course, later I brought in all my Beatles and Beach Boys influences into it. But Daywave is kind of like where I jump into the modern indie scene.
Yeah, good call. Very well said. Yeah, Deadbeat Girl, such a good tune, man. Outstanding work. Now, we've got one more tune to play after that. I think this is only going to be for the podcast, though, and that's The Wonders with That Thing You Do. Ryan Poole is really taking me back tonight to my childhood. And Ryan, man, thank you for joining us on the show. Outstanding work tonight, man.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's been a ton of fun. And hello to everybody in Korea.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's so cool to know that you all are listening. And I'm just thankful for everybody who's listened to my music and supporting.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, well, keep any new tunes you got coming out. We'll definitely play them.
Thank you very much.
All right. I'd like to thank you, the listener, as well before I go. It is an honor and a privilege to be playing 2 hours of good, diverse tunes for the city of Gwangju and all of the Honam area each and every night. Up next are the fabulous, talented, and lovely ladies from Listen to China for the 10 to 11 p.m. shift. And my name is Danno. Keep on keeping on.